A local woman has overcome 2 significant injuries in her career, and now she's breaking national records. Sports reporter Dusty Baker introduces us to the story of Amber Englebright.
Here at Gary's gym in Elizabethtown, Amber Englebright started her journey 8 years ago, simply trying to recover from a back injury. But fast forward to 2025, and she is weightlifting on a national stage.
We noticed she had chronic back issues, so we started working towards that. I saw some promise in her movement patterns, and I was like, I think I can get this chick into weightlifting.
He slowly molded me into a weightlifter, and I didn't even know it.
From recovery to realization, that's the journey Amber Englebright took when she discovered weightlifting was her natural talent.
There was things that I learned about myself that I didn't know I was capable of. And not in just regards to strength.
For the last 8 years, Amber Englebright has honed her craft as a weightlifter, qualifying for nationals 3 times, and guided every step of the way by her trainer, Gary Esparza.
I've wanted to do this since I was 7 years old. She embodies the reason why I wanted to do it, because she had that genuine growth of, this has changed my life. I care about humans. I want to spread what's been given to me.
But the 6-time Kentucky state record holder hit a roadblock along her weightlifting journey in September, suffering a wrist injury.
It would affect lifting and just my day-to-day, and I would kind of push through it, and finally somebody was like, hey, you should get like an injection. It'll help. And finally it got to a point where it just hurt to touch the barbell. I couldn't open a jar. I couldn't touch a bar. It broke my heart.
She's doing most things that most people can't do, but that extra 5% for her was very important.
After meeting with Norton arm and hand surgeon Dr. Luke Robinson, he suggested surgery was the best course of action.
She had a ligament tear called the scaphoid lunate ligament.
He got me into surgery really quick, and then after surgery, it was go time.
Englebright had a very tight timeline to compete in nationals and was back to lifting just 2 weeks after her surgery.
There's patients, and then there's like elite level athletes that function at a whole nother level, and I don't think anything was really going to slow her down much.
I was a lot farther ahead of schedule than the normal person, but I needed the bar back in my hand.
Since undergoing wrist surgery, Englebright has shattered state records in the snatch, clean and jerk, and total, something even she wasn't sure was possible.
There was definitely tears. There was definitely times of, I'm not going to be able to do this. I worked through injury. I worked through being home with my 4 kids. You know, I worked through a lot of hardships during all of those times. People probably still need therapy, but this is where I found mine.
Reporting in Elizabethtown, Dusty Baker, Wave Sports.
Dusty, Amber is currently lifting 305 pounds with her front squats, 375 with her back squats, and is putting up ridiculous numbers in the clean and jerk snatch. She is now taking her talents to the international level as she is qualified for Worlds, which takes place in December. We'll be right back.